Unbelievable, sensational, incredible, magnificent. All words bestowed upon one of the San Antonio Spurs stars this NBA Finals. You know, Danny Green, the guy who's been cut twice in his pro career, and yet, after setting the finals record for threes in Game 5, very well could land MVP honors if the Spurs clinch tonight. With this feel-good story top of mind for everyone, we were wondering if there's a sleeper in the college football sphere who might sneak up and snag the Heisman this year. For this oh-so-intriguing topic, we bring in our MVP, managing editor Pete Futak, and our Oklahoma insider, Chris Plank. Hey there, guys. Chris, we're going to start with you. In honor of Green's perimeter prowess, give us your top 3 players no one's figuring into the Heisman race.
I've got a very homeristic tint to this, Bonnie.
There's
so
a shocker.
Put myself out early. I'm going to go with Brandon Williams, the Texas A&M running back. I know he's battling for carries and for his job at A&M, but I watched him during his freshman campaign at Oklahoma. 5-star recruit. I think he's going to do great things as Texas A&M uses its running game more efficiently. My second pick in this, Baylor is always an intriguing team to me with Art Briles and what he's brought on board. And yeah, I think Bryce Petty is sensational. But look at the path that Lake Sestrunk has followed. From basically having the issues that cost him to leave Oregon, now getting closer to home at Baylor. He was one of the most explosive guys I witnessed last year, Bonnie. I think Lake Sestrunk is a guy to keep an eye on. And then the ultimate homeristic pick. You all think he's nothing more than a fullback behind center, but I'm telling you, Blake Bell can throw the football. And if he wins this job and when he gets an opportunity to talk to the media and get behind the mic, he's going to wow. I'm telling you, Blake Bell is another one of my kind of Danny Green sleepers that people see just as the belldozer, but he can throw the football.
Very nice. I like that. And just a little nugget here, only 2 Big 12 players have actually had more rushing touchdowns than Blake Bell the last 2 years. So,
there you go.
Pete, so we come with nuggets here. Pete, what do you think of Chris's picks? Any of them legit?
Well, no, because basically there's another guy in the Texas A&M backfield who likes to run for touchdowns a little bit. He's going to take a few of those scores away. I actually do love the Seastrunk pick. I think he is going to be dynamic in this offense. The key to winning the Heisman, though, is you got to come up big in the biggest of big games. And I don't know if Baylor is going to have enough of those wins for him to shine in that. But Blake Bell, absolutely. He is a very, very talented player. People forget he came to Oklahoma as a big-time passer. If he develops a little bit and he gets that passing game going, the receiving core is going to be fantastic. Add some rushing touchdowns, he might be in the mix, but Oklahoma is a far cry behind Texas this year in terms of talent. That's why my guy, who I think is going to be that guy, and to beat Danny Green, you have to go from sucking to really good, really fast, and that's why I think I'm going to stick in the Big 12. David Ash, I think, could be that guy that goes from zero to hero in a big hurry. My other 2 guys on my list, Zach Mettenberger from LSU. He's been okay, but as we've seen in the SEC the last few years, if you rock in the biggest of big games, all of a sudden you're elevating the Heisman chase. And finally, my guy, the guy who's going to go from a complete zero to the guy who could be in the Heisman hunt, 2-minute Tommy Rees. Don't forget what Brian Kelly was able to do with guys like Tony Pike at Cincinnati. If Tommy Rees has a Tony Pike-like year and Notre Dame is in the national championship hunt, all of a sudden being the Notre Dame quarterback, he's going to be in that Heisman chase.
Chris, all right, it's your turn. Take Pete's list. What do you like? What do you take issue with?
I've seen the worst of David Ash, all right? I've seen enough of his performances in the Red River rivalry. I think Texas is going to be better. I don't know if Ash is going to be the guy leading that charge. And Tommy Rees, I forgot he played college football. He's been in college for 12 years, hasn't he? So it'll be interesting to see as he's going to have to be the key with Everett Golson gone for this season if Notre Dame's going to get back to that pinnacle this year. Love Mettenberger. Boy, Pete, I got questions about those other 2 picks.
The point with Tommy Rees is that if he's able to be that guy, if he cuts down on the interceptions, that was his problem. When he threw the bad pick at the wrong time, that all of a sudden killed Notre Dame game after game. If he can tighten up his game, keep the picks to a minimum, and just find a way to get wins. If Notre Dame is winning, there's going to be a guy on that team, and he's going to be the signature guy who's going to carry that team this year. And as far as David Ash, Texas is far and away the best team in the Big 12 this season. They have got to make this season theirs. He's got to be that Colin Klein type who, as long as Texas keeps winning, Ash will be the signature star of this team. And he's got to be good in the biggest games, especially against your beloved Sooners.
Great debate, guys. Thanks so much for the time, Pete Futak and Chris Plank. Appreciate both of you hopping on today. For some potentially underrated players to a potentially underrated program, we're going to be discussing the bright future at Kansas with head football coach Charlie Weis. Check it out now right here on CampusInsiders.com.